Hello, and welcome to another Midnight Technician, or sorry, Midnight Coder live stream. In today's stream, in today's stream, we're actually digging into an old project of mine called RuneHero. This is a fan-based, old-school RuneScape-inspired Discord bot that I had started about 2 years ago, and let me swap up our views here. There we go. So this is a lighthearted bot that I threw together about 2 years ago. I guess it's closer to 3 years ago now. But I always loved RuneScape. I played the game for close to 2 decades. I've been around since the days of Classic, and I really enjoyed the scape typed games and video games. And so when I got into doing some bot development for Discord about 5 years ago, I got into doing bots, and I began to become very curious of bots and how they were written and how they were made, and so I started toying around with a bunch of different frameworks, different bot libraries, trying to do it. I even took as far as going into learning some Python to try that again, and um, nothing ever, I don't know, kind of clicked, kind of didn't. Spent a lot of time learning, doing some hard fails and some hard learning. Um, but I eventually managed to come up with a few different failed bots that were great at doing this and that and telling me this and that, but nothing that I could really play with. Then I noticed that Discord had these activities and games that were built into Discord, and I was like, huh, I can kind of make a game out of something similar to this. And then I came across this Discord bot called Old School RuneScape Bot, where you sort of simulate playing the game, and I thought it was kind of cool, kind of weird, kind of fun, kind of interesting. And so I had decided to um, write my own sort of Discord bot that allowed me to, quote, simulate playing RuneScape in a way that would allow me to explore and traverse and travel. I like the idea of text-based games, and so when I was exploring the idea of doing this, it initially sort of started out almost like a text-based game. But as you can see here on the left, as I'm going through here, I'm leveling up my skills, my hit points, my range as I go through, as I kill this man over and over and over again. I can go back and explore. Let's jump back to the main section here. So here's my hero. I can get to this by just doing /my-hero. Um, if you're in my Discord, feel free to just use the /register command to register yourself with the Discord with the bot, and go ahead and use /my-hero to get into your heroes into your hero. So as you can see here, I got a profile. So if I click on profile button, it tells me a little bit about my profile. Tells me my level, my account information, my class rank, and my job and whatnot. If I go to work, it just simply lets me go in and send my guy on my little adventurer off to work for an hour, and then I can't do anything for 60 minutes. I've got a skill tree, so there is a vast amount of skills that can be trained at the moment. Kind of cool, kind of fun. I can sit here and go into my backpack and take a look and see what I got in the old backpack. I can also click on gear to see what I've got equipped, what my equipment looks like. I can go ahead and as you can see, I've been killing an awful lot of NPCs, and I died a few times. But I can go off to explore, and when you start off exploring, you start off in the magical land of Lumbridge. So here you'll see the Lumbridge Tavern, there's the general store, there's Bob's Axes, there's a bunch of different local NPCs I can fight. I can mine copper and tin ore. I can cut down oak trees or willow trees, and I can go fishing for a few different things. So if I wanted to go fishing, let's first pop into the general store and sell off my current stock. So I can come into the general store, you can see the items that are on display. I can opt to sell things, so I'm just gonna go in and sell off my trout. I'm gonna sell off my bones because those are kind of useless at the moment. Sell off that meat, and for the sake of it, we'll get rid of the wand, and we'll sell off the trout. So you can sit here and do just some general skills. Sit here and fish, for example. Now I sit here and do this idly on my second screen while I sit here and work on code to develop this game. So it's kind of a great little idle game that I kind of started that I can sit here and kind of idly play AFK a bit while I write code to expand upon this and play more. Some of the features in this are pretty much you can explore almost the entire free-to-play map of RuneScape or Guylenor. I've yet to add in more areas. That is something that I intend to do once I start to expand a little further. But as of right now, I'm just trying to make sure I got the basics done and doable. So as you can see here, I just leveled up my fishing. I can just keep going. I can sit here and I can click on the break action, and then that would stop it. Um, it does go on a tick-based system, similar to RuneScape, except this is a 1 second tick rather than a 0.600, like a 600 millisecond tick. And once I've got some fish, I can come over here, and because there's also this cooking range down here, I can go ahead and I can start cooking my food. Now, you can do pretty much any, like, I've gotten it so that you can do a lot of actions kind of anywhere where you're at, but I am still looking to introduce things like fire making and using the somehow ability to use an item on an item, which I need to exactly figure out how I'm going to do that down here. I may just add in an option that more or less states a task that you can do, such as light fire, and then just do some back end checks to see if you have the tinderbox and a log, and if you do, then go ahead and do it. Because right now, as of now, there's some areas that you can't fish at, like when you're over getting lobsters in Karamja, you can't just have a fire, please, and get yourself a fire yet. So I intend to add in more things like the fire making skill and other such skills as well. But in the meantime, uh, yeah, I can explore if I wanted to go, and we'll just get rid of these fish for now. Or at least get rid of the burnt ones. So I can come in here and we can now travel. The different areas around Lumbridge that we can go. There's Alcarid, the desert, there's Draenor, or there's Varrock. We can pop into Varrock, and then here you can see there's a lot more stuff going on. There's still similar NPCs. There's a lot more stores. I can now get iron if I wanted to, and I can go for yew trees instead. There's still a cooking range here, so I got free cooking as well. But you'll also notice now that there are some dungeons available. So if we wanted to, we can now come in here and travel down to the Varrock sewer and pop into the sewer, where you'll see that there's rats and skeletons. And I tried to keep this as close to RuneScape as I could for like what monsters were where. So again, in here, for example, we can traverse deeper into the dungeon. Now we've got a zombie that popped up there, which can go in even further. Now we're into the third section. Crawl a little deeper into the sewer to the back end, and here we'll find moss giants. So here we can come in and we can choose something to fight, And again, we can technically cook because there is a campfire. This is what I meant by I was gonna add in some logic checks here so that you can check to see if you have some food, like raw food to cook, and if you have a ability to light a campfire. This button needs to get changed to a fire making skill for lighting the fire. So that way you can attempt to light the fire, and then there will be a campfire option that you can go to. So if we come in here and we try to fight this moss giant, we are probably going to get wrecked. You can see how combat goes through every game tick, which again is 1 second, and there's some applicable damage getting dealt, and I am getting handed to me. Did not eat that trout in time. I did die, so now I wind up back in Lumbridge. There's currently no penalty for dying. That is not something that I have written into the code yet. However, I am just more or less trying to generally play the game and kind of explore and see what breaks, what happens. Let's get rid of this. We'll stick me down here. And this is the code base itself. There is 3 different modules added in here. There's a shared API that all of these use. There is a source file because this is the actual back end. It started out as a monolithic repo, but then I had wound up because I had the bot as a separate project and I had a dashboard as a separate project, and I just wanted to keep everything in-house. So I started adding that by submodules, adding everything into here, and so yeah, I have my main back end here, which consists of majority of the stuff that I need to as far as controllers, models, and whatnot. There's the Discord bot, which is the actual bot itself using JDA or the Java Discord API. In here, we have the game engine, which takes care of some of the models inside here, which consists of containers like items, banks, this, that, and the other thing, inventory, backpack, or inventory and equipment and stores and such. Then there's the entity, which is basically just the mobs, the NPC, and the player. Then there's props, such as the different sources that we can interact with. There's the different map here with a location and a region manager that sort of keeps track of everything right now in a very poor manner, but this was written a long time ago initially, and then ported into here. So location is an abstract class that simply just has a bunch of methods in it. And if we pop into our areas here, you can see things like Lumbridge. This one here is what Lumbridge looks like. We have a general list of mobs that can be found, some shops that can be done, and we've got areas that you can teleport to or travel to. As you can see, I've got a to-do note here myself because I'm going to add in the Lumbridge Swamp eventually once I add in also more NPCs and kind of expand upon that as well. The different trees that are in here, the different rocks that are around to be mined, and the different fish that can be sorted. It is a very, very simple system and simple game, but at the same time, it's also kind of fun. So there's also dungeons. So there is the Varrock dungeon and the Karamja dungeon at the moment. Those are the only 2. I need to add in the wilderness. I need to add in other areas. I need to finish adding in some PvP. That's in here as well. But yeah, this is RuneHero. It's a fun little sort of AFK bot that you can play while you're idly doing other things. You can sit there on your phone and sort of play around with it. And, I've also got a dashboard that I built for managing some of the simplicities. If I was to pop Discord out of the way here for a second, there is a dashboard that I've got for myself. I built a quick little website. I added a leaderboard so that When I get more players, there can be a leaderboard. And I added an admin dashboard so that I can go in and view my player profile, whatever they have on, equipped, inventories, and uh, manage. Then I've also got the stores so that I can manage the store items, which some of them are empty, as you can see. They got 0 items in them. Others like Bob's Axes has some. Sword shop has none. But these are all things that I just sort of pieced this together, dashboard website wise, yesterday. I got a way that I've imported all of my game items, and I can do a search for whatever I want. And whoop, apparently that didn't like it. Whoop, cool. Why does that not like? I love when things happen. Uh, oh, is it? Okay. Entry set. Okay, let's dig into that. Hmm. I thought that was there. Okay, so where is that coming from? That is coming from. Nope, not the cookie. Come on now. Okay, whatever. Jesus, this is having a few issues trying to find an. Where do we? Where's the error start? Clear that bitch. And open up an item. Okay. Okay, so it can't do this. Okay. So we're into item view, and we can't find equipment slot. 63. 63. Huh. Oh, I apparently am not passing that? Oh, I had this working. What the hell? Well then, fine. Da, 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 da. Why is this even like, okay, cool. So let's do that. Why but why am I passing the model into that? Do I have a reason for that? Do I have a reason I'm passing the model? No, I'm not. I'm not even using it. Get rid of that. Dashboard, rerun dashboard. Rerun this and see what's up. Okay, so now what do we got? still can't read from the equipment slot, so... Oh, because now I need to have equipment slot names. Why are those not in there? Um, so the oh, Jesus. Okay, what did I do for that? Work. Um, need to get these. Think. Oh, is it you that I'm doing? Did I just seriously just base on adding that in general? Apparently I spaced on adding a bunch of stuff. Here we go. Wow. Equipment slot 8. Gloves. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Um, that should be the quiver slot. Is this why some of my stuff was messed up with the auto stick? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I also have the NPCs that I can go through and set up all their information as well. Shops, which I probably add some items to them. I can't even remember what some of these swords, whatever some of these shops even had in them. So let's go to here. I think it's the Varrock sword. Cool. So Varrock sword's got bronze sword, bronze through adamant. Really? Cool. That's kind of annoying. Okay, so bronze, iron, steel. Even need black sword? No, I didn't. Didn't even add a black sword, so we're cool. So we're going with bronze, iron, steel. Oh, no, steel. And then mithril. Oop. That, go there, add that. And I think mithril is where I'm going to kind of cap this. I'm not going to add long swords because I don't have those, or daggers. Cool. So maybe I will add in an adamant sword. I'll just leave out the dragon and I'll leave out the rune and dragon. Cool. So now if I were to just go and pop back into... Oop, nope, not there. We're looking to travel to Varrock. And now we're going to go and pop into that sword shop that was empty before. And we'll see that it's got some weapons in it now. Cool. What's the other sword what's the other shop I gotta do? Zaft's Wand. Zaft Wand has nothing right now. Let's go into Zaft. I think he just has battle staves. Yeah, he's just got basic staves and wands. Cool. So I don't have any staves at the moment. Instead, I have wands. And I don't even remember what order I put what in. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume magic wand looks like it would be not the weakest. Yeah, I probably should have named these. Okay, so there's wooden wand. I probably should have named these things a little better. But there's a wooden wand. Wooden, I assume oak is the next. I'm gonna have to go through and rename these to be something like staff and add actual RuneScape items. Because right now I don't. Alright, so wand. What I got there? Oak. Now I'm looking for what? Willow? We'll add the willow one. We'll add another item. Wand, elder, wooden. Okay, what do we at? 16 is what I just did, so maple must be the next one. Cool, and I think I'm just going to stick with the 4 of those for now. And I'll stick a U one into something different later, like a further higher tiered store or something. But now if we pop back into Discord and if we reload this shop, there we are. So Zaf's wands now have those 4. What else do we got here? Lowe's Archery. That's going to be a fun one to fill up. This one, if I remember, has a lot. Okay, so I don't have arrows or bows. All I have is crossbows. And crossbows and bolts so far in our game. So we're going to come in here and we're going to fill this up with the bolts at first. So bronze, some eventually, I don't have quantity support in here right now, but I'm going to add it eventually. So I'm going to try to keep up with at least adding proper quantities. Go, that's some iron bolts. Next we need some steel. Steel bolts, 500. Mithril bolt. And we'll stick adamant. Addy bolt. We'll make that 250 because there'll be less of those. Cool. So there is that. Now I need crossbows. So we're going to stick in a bronze crossbow. We're going to say we got 5 of those. Bronze, iron. What'd I just do? Bronze, iron, mithril, crossbow. No, I need steel crossbow. Now we have the mithril crossbow. Maybe we'll say we got 2 of those. I don't know. Alright, I'm also gonna stick a cowl in here, a leather cowl. I'm gonna say we got 5 of those. Um, what else do I want to give the? I think that's it for now. Cool. And then there's Horvix. Good old Horvick. What do you got? Okay. Now we'll pop into Horvick. I'm gonna pop into Horvick's store now that we've. I realize I didn't share that, but we'll take a look and see what Lowe's archery looks like now. It is full of some different items. So now we pop back into here, we go into Horvath's store, and we're gonna add in some. Do I even have chain? Do I even have chainmail? No, I don't. So we're gonna go with the plate bodies, bronze through mithril. And I'm just gonna say I've got 5 of those. Bronze, iron, plate. So we got 5 of those. Do this. This one here is steel, I believe I said next. Steel plate body, 5 of those. And mithril. Mithril plate body, and we'll just do 1 of those. Alright, now I'm gonna add in iron plate legs. So we got 5 of those bad boys. Studded chaps and studded body. Chaps. Cool, and that's it for him. Alright. That's most of our shops. Next one is Garnet's Fishery, which is ideally where I wanted to put most of the fish supplies, or fishing supplies. So in here, we're looking for a net. Net, a rod. Fishing rod, sure. Fishing harpoon. And a lobster pot. Now I don't have fishing bait and I don't have flies yet. Like fly fishing, like fishing bait or fly fishing rod. Those are some things that we need to add into the game. But as of right now, all the stores are set up for everything that we have. I do need to add in some new items, such as, again, the fishing rod. So I could come into game items and we could add in some new game items. This one would be a tool, and it would be fly fishing rod. What is the value of a fly fishing rod? I've just been pulling this off of 89 coins. Cool. I've been just pulling the data off of here. I probably could just like automate this and, you know, call it a day, but whatever. So that adds the fly fishing rod, which is a tool. And if I want to see it, I can go all the way to the end page. Page 6, and we scroll down here and we see we've got a knife, which is at this number. missing number 7 and 8 due to it just I took them out. But then we have coffee because every video game and gamer needs coffee, so we have coffee as an option, as an item. Um, Funny enough, I wrote the system to import all the existing items, and then I added coffee as the test to the whole adding items. So that seemed to have worked. So now this one here worked for the fly. So it's like if here, if I can come in and I can see that it's expensive as shit, but whatever. So that all works. There we go. So now we've got a fly fishing rod added. So theoretically, I can pop back into the shops, go back into here, and I can add that fly fishing rod now. Maybe not. Interesting. Oh, okay, right, because I can't search for that because it wasn't added to the JSON, so it's only added to the thing. Okay, so this is 210. The name is fly fishing rod. The item value we said was 89, and I'm adding 5 of it to the store. There we go. And now if I pop back into here, and if we go explore, whoops, pressing too many buttons at once. Here we want to go over to Lumbridge. And then from Lumbridge, I want to sneak down into Draenor. Or over to Draenor, I suppose. And then from here, I want to go down to Port Sarim. And now that we're in Port Sarim, I also have this other sailing icon that allows me to go to ports. So travel allows me to travel around the areas that are beside the region I'm in. Ports allows me to set sail and travel away, like going off to Karamja, for example. So we're going to open up the market. We're going to check out the fishery. And we're going to see that there's all sorts of items in here now. Fishing net, fishing rod, fishing harpoon, lobster pot, and a fly fishing rod. Now, I will have to add some fishing bait and other items into the game as well. Um, that'll all kind of come as we go. Um, just trying to think of what is next that I want to do in here. We also have some weak drop tables because that I need to get refined because we did change up the whole system and put everything into I put everything into a Mongo database. So now I need to do some, I guess, some mappings from when I come back from that. I'm just gonna fight this guy so I can die. Um, so there's a few things I need to fix up, a few things I need to add, but I mean it's coming. It's a work in progress project. I started it out knowing next to nothing. It was monolithic, and I made a lot of mistakes. Um, I'm still making mistakes as I go, but again, there we go. I died. This whole project is, of course, a just project. I built a lot of things that failed in the past. This is not an open source project because this is something that I am just actively building as a video game. Um, but um, I have to quickly run to the bathroom. Perks of live stream. I will be back in just a moment, guys. I thank you for your patience and just be back in one moment. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. Works the live stream. Nature calls. I'm screaming. Alright, so for those of you that are just joining, this is a fan-made Discord bot RPG game that I had started a couple of years ago, but have recently decided to start doing again. Um, so this is RuneHero. It is a fan-made game that is basically an idle game um, in Discord. It is a Discord bot using it's built in Java. It's purely written in Java. Um, I use JDA as my library of choice because I've used many others, including J Discord or I can't even remember all of them now. But I've used a bunch over the years, J4 Discord and other ones. And in my opinion, nothing was quite as friendly and smooth as um, the the JDA. And honestly, I've been a part of their community for a couple of years now as well. Um, but this here is a Discord bot that is inspired by RuneScape, so that you can explore the land of Gielinor. You can level up skills, build equipment, build your arsenal. You can do random, just low level skills such as chopping trees and fishing, cooking. You can do some combat with the full triangle, choosing your type. You can consider at you can send your excuse me. You can send your adventurer away for work for an hour if you need some focus time. Myself, while I'm sitting here developing and sitting here watching random YouTube videos, I like to fidget and I like to play with things when my hands are not busy. I need to keep them busy. So instead of having like a fidget spinner or this or that, I'm usually playing like an idle game on my phone or doing this or that. And so after I got this to a playable state that it's in, it has kind of become my own personal little addiction where I am while I work, while I idle, while I eat supper, I sit here and just train and play and rematch, fight with NPCs, fishing and logging and doing all that other stuff. Um, and I'm even doing it while I'm sitting here developing the game. So like while I'm trying to brainstorm concepts, while I'm trying to think of new ideas or debug code, I'll sit here and just kind of idly play. This is a good enough beta ready bot that you can explore the entirety of the free to play map in RuneScape, as well as you can invite it to your own Discord. Um, I'll stick a link in the description. You want to invite it to your own Discord. You can join my Discord and just play it if you'd like to check it out and see what it's all about. Um, but yeah, if you're a fan of RuneScape and you're a fan of programming and software and just development, um, that's kind of how I got into this one. It was I I'm way too addicted to RuneScape. I've been playing it since my childhood. It sort of got me interested in the area of programming because I discovered these things called private servers, um, where I was able to not only use the language that I love to write code that I love doing, but also build a game that I was madly obsessed with. So it kind of checked all the boxes early on in life, and I sort of phased out of that after after way too many years in the scene. So this was something that I had sort of started while I was while I was in that scene, um, and it was again just a fun little project that I'd started with a friend of mine, Sander, um, who has uh, who has since stopped assisting with the project. Um, but I am looking for somebody else to help me out with it. To be honest, I'll make that little shout out here. I am looking to see if I can find another person who has the same or similar passion for RuneScape that also has a passion to write code. I am looking for somebody that can help me develop this. Um, you want to help out, by all means, shoot me a DM on Discord or send me a friend invite. Leave me a comment on YouTube. Like somehow get a hold of me, and yeah, let's collaborate. Um, there is quite a bit that I need to do to this as a whole, but for now, it's actually pretty fun. Um, I did have this hosted for an alpha about a year ago or so, and I did have about 50 or so players that not a whole lot, but like 50 to me sounds like a fucking mind-blowing amount. But like yeah, and I had a couple of players that played it. I had about a dozen that played it religiously like I do. Um, and it came back with some positive feedback. Everybody seemed pretty happy with it overall. Um, and yeah, it's not an open source project, so this won't be something you can go clone from GitHub, but I will be streaming um, development and the progress of it. There's going to be different things like I'm eventually like right now I'm kind of in the stage where I also need to think about other skills that are available, such as blacksmithing. So I also need because right now you can mine ore, but you can't do anything with it. Um, so it's kind of like, why the hell are we doing this? So that, and I also need to fix up the backpack. I believe there's an issue, which, you know what? Let's just dig into some bug fixing. Let's do some bug fixes. I'm gonna drop this guy out here so I can do some better debugging, more focused. Um, Actually, I don't know if it's coming from that or if it's coming from this. Okay, so let me. Sorry, I'm just jumping around here. I got too many things on my mind. Seriously, you're not going. Shit. Okay, so why is that not down here? Whoop. So add an application. Sure, stick that. No, this isn't the. Yeah, no, this is the Discord main. So if I stop that, whoops. Yeah, those are. Oh, I have too many things going. So I hate having things out of there. Okay, so let me get into here and edit this. So this is the bot. Now what the hell happened to my... Oh, right, because it's up there. Okay. So all services. There. Up you up there. Okay. Cool. So if I go back to explore, and I try to take a look at the bank, this is where I should be able to store some items, and for now it's only 24. The reason I have 24 is due to Discord limits. So Discord, each slot in the bank is essentially a field in the Discord embed message. So because you can only have 25 fields in one go, this up here is one field, and then I add 24 more fields, which consist of the which consist of the items that are in there. So if I go and try to store my trout, I get a failed action. Nothing came out here, so it leads me to believe that it's directly on the bot. But nothing printed there. Well, do I even have that logic written? Time to go debugging. So we're going to pop into Discord. This is a menu. This is the bank menu. Sell to store. Oh, do I just not have any of these? Free chopping, sell to, open store, mob fight, mining, hero storage. There it is. Okay. So, put into and take from. But that opens up a menu. That's the Explorer deposit and that. Okay, yeah. So that get storage embed. Cool. Put into storage. Where are we using this guy at? Hero storage selection. Starts with this. And we place it into here. Okay, so this is where I got to take a look and see what's up. Hey, how's it going, Key? Welcome to the chat. No, it's not a recorded video, dude. Honestly, I just kind of was bored at 3 o'clock on an afternoon and decided let's go live. Right now, I'm just digging away at the bot that I think I told you about. Right, so now let's take a look and see here. We have the button event that happens, da-da-da-da. Storage. This is now going to go into here. I'm going to rerun this in debug mode. Running this in debug now so that I can, when I select an item that I want to deposit, theoretically, yeah, and then this gives me present the menu. And this presents my menu. Da 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 da. The items. Da 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 da. Yeah. Deposit into storage. Oh, I'm just never doing it. Just never handling it. Cool. So, where the hell am I? Hero storage. Okay. So this menu action needs to go. Menu action, listener, selected menu, listener. Okay, so this never... Yeah, okay, so I just never actually added it. Fun, fun, fun. So, we're going to need to create a new class for the selection. Where are we at? Section, so I'm going to need to make a new one of these. And this is going to be deposit into storage or deposit selection. Oh, there we go. Call it that. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And we're going to implement there we go. There. Okay. There. So now we'll look at our other things here. So let's duplicate this, drop the deposit in there, and this is going to be deposit. So now we're going to come into here to handle this. And drop this down here for a second so I can see this. Da, 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 da. I want to get the value of what was selected. Da, 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 da. Think I'm gonna need to get the owner. Okay, so what are the values? So I'm gonna be doing something similar to this. This hero storage is just doing this plus the hero's ID. So da, 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 da. That there's da, 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 and then this one here, and I also need to get. Okay. Need to verify that it is who it is. So we're going to take both of these and come into. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to put down there. Pop the cell 2 down there. There we are. And deposit. Okay, so. Copy this. ID is string and da 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 da. This is that. Trim to this. That gets me the ID. Okay. So now. Take this here because I want to compare those to make sure that it is the same person. I'm just doing this so that I can I'm comparing the ID of the person that is associated with the string as well as the one that's did the actual action. So I want to make sure that you are who is this button belongs to. And from here, we're going to be doing this. Event selected. Okay, so that I don't need up here anymore because we're doing it down there. Okay, so it's here, and then we're going to get the object or the item because I want to be able to find the item that we're depositing. And down here, we perform redundancy null checks, making sure that our item that we just pulled is not null. And then from here, I am going to grab the actual hero. Why am I yelling at my keyboard? Hero dot get storage? Is it? Get hoard. No, get. Oh, it's just storage. Storage. Yeah. So. All right. So what am I looking to do here? I guess I also need the backpack. I'm gonna need the backpack too. So I'm gonna need to remove it. So if I remove the item, oh, I need just the ID here. So if I removed, oh, that plus the amount, this is just the amount that I'm removing. Okay. Whoops. So I want to remove this item and I want to remove how much? I guess all of it. So I don't really have a way to present an option. So do I have, okay, I do have that. Okay, so I get copy this. This looks like this I'm doing here is going to be the item to bank. So we're parsing ID. We're going to parse the ID based off of we're taking the first label and we're stripping it to figure out the amount. Sorry, that's what we're doing is the amount to bank. And then here, if I can fix this, we're going to be basically saying if we've removed all of this from the item, from the backpack, now we're going to stick it into the bank and then update everything and call it a day. So this one here, we're parsing the integer that comes from this dot get first, splitting this, taking that, splitting that, taking that, and all sorts of magic. So that gets us the amount to bank, and item set quantity. Okay, so now we're going to go with item dot set quantity to the amount to bank. Um, so now I want, if I've removed it, then I want to update the record of the owner. Okay. So now I want bank dot, technically I'm just doing this to add an item. I pass in just an item to that? Is that what that is? Add item, yeah, okay. And you come through, make sure you're not stackable, cool. All right, so that adds to the hero storage. And then we check to see if we update the hero record. This looks like it pushes the whole profile, which we're passing in. So this is the owner. Hero backpack, hero backpack, hero bank. Okay, so, and now we are going to take this. So-and-so has just deposited deposited blank for blank. So this is so-and-so is deposited. Item name. Don't need that. And I don't really need that, I don't think. Whoops. Okay. Guess that kind of works. Oh, that needs to... There. Okay. So if I update this, we'll do this and respond. Else something went wrong. Saving your profile. Okay, and this one is the backpack. That's the backpack. That's the account. And if nothing else, then where does this one start out? If this is not your... So if it's not yours, that's when we send that. Is that not in? Where's this from? Yeah, interaction. Interaction I. Oh, I'm missing that. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So if I rerun the bot, I should be able to store something. Let's see if we can store something. So I'm going to say deposit. This comes up, trope, and an error. Array index out of bound, 1's for 1. Cool, I love when 1 out of 1 is wrong. Why did that go funky now? So that's the value, which is the item ID, which is the thing that's hidden underneath it. This one should be fetching the label, which is trote space X. There is none. Okay, there is no that. Is that what that is? Yeah. Huh. Okay. So why did I choose that poor choice? So let's go back into my... I guess it is one of the buttons. So is it deposit? No, hero storage. place into storage. That's what I call that. Oh my god. All right. So present the deposit menu. Okay. So item name dot concat. I should put that. And I believe that would work. I believe. So now if I come back here, and it's also not in brackets. Okay. Okay. So in here, this was also done to that. Dot concat this. Yeah. Rerun that. Okay, that's might have just malformatted it. So if I say deposit, see here now they're in. Okay, now there's a colon. Now there's in brackets. So if I hit this, we still get an issue out of bounds 1-for-1. What are we out of bounds with? Okay, so I'm splitting this at here, and I'm taking. I want the other half of it. Okay. So I want the second half after I split this, and then I want to split this and take the second half of that and drop off the. Okay. Let's try this again. So if I hit deposit, try to deposit some trout. Well, did that work? I don't even know. If I come back out here, come back out here, and check my inventory, I should have no trout. Okay. I have no trout. If I come back into Explore and I come back into my bank, I have a one item for 18. Look at that, 18 trout. There we go. Perfect. Now I can bank stuff. So now I can go back to exploring and just doing some idle shit like fishing, for example. Catching trout, selling the burnt, storing the banked, and build my level. Do the same thing with, I might be doing the same thing with my wood cutting soon. But, so that fixes up that, so now I can properly bank some things. The next thing I need to fix with the bank itself is I need to make it so that it is something that I can page, because I'm pretty much taking in X amount of results from a resource or from a RESTful endpoint, and I need to tell it that I only want 24 items at a time from this result, and I need to stick in options underneath. I think underneath the underneath there, so that way if I have more than one page of banking, I can sort of cycle through and see how many items I got or see the different items I have. But then I'm going to have to make sure that when I do that, that I take the page into consideration when I go to withdraw, because right now it just presents me with, I have to redo the way that it presents me with the options of items, um, which is again not exactly hard. It is a little bit time consuming, but I'll have to I'll have to go through and um, do some updates to the sections, the different areas. Um. Hmm, okay, so what's the next thing that we can do here? So yeah, as you can see, I just sit here and kind of code, and I gotta get this code off now. I'm getting a little warm. Ooh. Have you guys ever written any Discord bots yourselves? Let me know if you guys have ever written any Discord bots, or maybe if you're taking part in Discord's latest competition. Um, Discord has a competition going on, the Build-a-thon for 2025, where you can build an app. I had uh, I had noticed that that popped up in my den chat here, where we are. I believe I saw it in here, where we're having the developers build-a-thon. So that's starting on the 1st of January or December, running through to the 9th of January. You basically try to build a Discord bot, and people kind of vote on it. It To me, it seems something similar to the Advent calendar or Advent of code, where you're presented with a whole bunch of problems and you got to kind of patch it. Um, this is giving you the option to create a Discord bot and have it go for have it go to seek at ranked and get which would be kind of cool. I'm obviously not partaking in that. Yeah, at least I'm not partaking in it with RuneHero because it's not something I started within the range of the target. Um, that needs to get updated when I. Okay, that doesn't happen. I noticed that when I after I sell to the embed to the bank or deposit into the bank, it doesn't up. Why am I got 2 stacks of trout going? Really? Okay. So where's my method for depositing stuff into the bank? Adding an item. The item is not stackable. Ah. Ah. Everything is in here is technically force stacked. I feel like I should be sneaking this out here. Feel like I should be doing that. Okay, so yeah, this is trying to add the item to the bank, and if all else fails and it can't go to the bank, it just simply adds it back into the inventory, which I suppose that's okay. We'll see if I come across any bugs or issues with that as we go. Um, okay. Try to rerun the bot because I want to go get some more trout. Or can I withdraw some trout? Ooh, that's gonna, yeah, no. Value is already used. Root. Okay, I want to go and get some trout. Go get some trout. See that my break action doesn't work either. That's supposed to stop the interaction. There we go. No, that didn't stop it. It's still going. I got to look at that too. Break action. Stopping interaction. Yeah, so it clearly updated. Like a fishing activity is supposed to be if the breaking action is not null and the breaking action is true. So that must not be setting properly. Huh. Okay. Whatever. Let's go and cook some shrimp. I gotta figure that out. Mhm. Okay. Oh, not cook. Market. Get rid of whatever burnt ones I got. Back. Store these other ones in the bank and see what happens. Now, did that add a third stack or did that add it to my one of them? Okay, that added it to the first one. Okay. Okay. So that fixed that database issue. So let me go back into here, into my actual storage. And this is done through IntelliJ's tools, if you're wondering how I'm getting into my database so easily. This is the beautiful thing about um, IntelliJ is that they have amazing tools. So I can just get rid of that. There we go. Do this, do a save. If I go back to explore and come back in there, now I've got just the one trout. All right. So now that my storing has been fixed and stackable or items all go on each other, I can progress through this a little more, and we can continue to pick more at some of the other features. So withdrawals theoretically should let me come in and withdraw, but it should take out. There needs to be an option added that I can. Hey Rev, I'm live right now, just as you know. Yep. Yep. All right. Um. So right now, if I try to withdraw this, it's going to go and pull. Um. It's going to pull all of, or try to pull all of those items out of there. throw my stuff around. Uh, but what I'd like to do is when I choose this and it goes through and it attempts, because now it's going to attempt it. Yeah, it failed. I saw that coming. Um, I don't know if that's actually me or not. But anyway, if I try to withdraw that, I want to have it pop up and see that there are more than one. So then I want it to actually present you with a selection option so that you can be like, oh, I want to take X amount. Which now that Discord has some new um, now that they have some new cool features with with their embeds, I want to have a little pop-up come up. See if I can do that and make it so that you can just enter in how many you want to um, with their models. So I got a lot of stuff that I need to do to this. Trying to figure out exactly what it is that I want to do. All right, so go back to exploring. Although I think I'm gonna actually let's go back into my bank. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go to the general store. I don't need to keep that fishing rod. All right, get rid of the fishing rod. And I need to go back to Bob's axes, and I'm gonna buy a bronze axe. There we go. Now that I got a bronze axe, I'm gonna go start chopping some trees. I'm gonna store all this shit in my bank for when I add fletching and the ability to do stuff with wood. Like fire making. Mm. Okay, and there. Okay. Oh, before I go. Oh yeah, did I? Well, this is wood cutting now. This is a different action, Mike. I gotta fix that so that it reopens the bank. So I don't like that it doesn't do that. Selection by store. Storage selection. Let's see here. Storage. Okay, so that builds that, but after I click this and put in storage. Okay. But yeah, that's just the that's not the actual storage. Yeah, okay. And heroes. That's the button that then gives the. Yeah, you're the button that then gives the. Oop, so you're using it to present this. Presenting drop downs through all this. Deposit into storage. This should be taking. Set embeds embed. So that just gets that at the existing embed message. When I want to get, I want to build a bank. Storage. Item. Item storage. Because I want to get this from the hero selection. Let's try this. Now I'm going to go explore. I'm going to grab some more wood. And after I get some wood, we're going to try to deposit that back in the bank and see if see if the embed message updates properly. If so, I got to figure out where I can stick this so that it can be reused as opposed to just having it in there twice. Um, Selections menu. No, no, there. Figure out where I can put this so that it's getting reused as opposed to probably stick it in the actual hero class itself, maybe. I don't Oh, jeez. All right, so let's come on now, go explore. There we go. Market, open, bank. I've got 23 normal logs in there now. If I deposit 23 more, why did that? I thought I just fixed, didn't I just fix that? Just went through here and did this add item. And if we already have an item, or we already have the item we're adding, what? Okay. Now I'm confused. If I try to chop another tree, is this going to add it to the same slot? Or is this going to add a third stack to me? I could have sworn I just did this. Whatever. I did this with fish. Hero storage. Oh, yeah, because that goes through this method of finding it. Okay, so yeah, when I come into here, and I make the deposit selection, it adds that item to the bank, and it should be checking to see if I already have some in there. So if I come here, comes in, if we have the item, do this, else, just add the item back into the player's inventory. Get first slot with item ID. Maybe this is returning the wrong thing, or maybe it's returning the wrong slot, so it's adding it to the next. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, deposit. Normal logs. And it added a third. But these items are all the same ID. So this is going to loop over every item inside of inventory size and check to see if that's not right. Okay, so jump back in here again. Let's go explore. Let's go chop down some more trees. Chop away at some more trees, and then I'm going to try to see if this updates to the same, like updates the right item, or if it's going to just add another spot. But here it's theoretically going over, so I'm checking to see if we have an item of this ID. Taking all of these items, streaming them, and I'm checking to see if any item matches with this ID. If so, then true, we have an item. So in theory, this should be smarter. Long story short. Go. Another 23 logs. There we go. It added it to the proper thing. Okay. Now I would just want to make sure that's not some sort of a weird glitch. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to sell Bob my axe so that I can buy up a pickaxe. Alright, so now we're going to go back and explore, and I'm going to try to mine some copper. We'll see if I can throw 23 copper in, and then I'll try throwing 23 more in. Bum, 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 bum. You guys are enjoying this so far, like the game. Give the live stream a like, and that will help me get that shared out to other people. Personally, I think this game is very addictive and very fun, but I might be a little bit biased on that one. Just having a little vape here while I wait for this to go through. I really should look at fixing that break action and see what's up with it and why it's not working as expected. Now, I should be using um, some extra tools here for. Oh. I gotta get some more coffee. I should be using some other tools here as well for for example, um, Trello is one that I should be using um, to help me build this app and keep track of everything I need to do. But in all honesty, this was originally built off the cuff, and it is sadly continued to be built kind of off the cuff. Um, I I know I should not be doing this off the cuff, but unfortunately I am. Right. So let's. Sorry, guys, I had to take a pill right there. Let's go back in here, deposit, throw in some ore. Everything's good and happy. And go back and explore. And grab some more copper ore. Oh. Oh. Sorry guys, I'm doing a little promotion here, trying to get advertise the stream. Thought that there was a self-promotion in here. But, sorry guys, normally I would do this on my Discord thing, but given that I thought I could have sworn I had a spot there where I did self-promotion on this before one time. Apparently not. Well, maybe not. Maybe I won't be advertising it. Whatever. So, back in the bank, back in deposit, back here, more copper ore, and it went in the right spot. Perfect. Alright, cool. So that's going now. So I'm gonna kind of continue to mine here a little bit and build up my arsenal while I really need to plan out blacksmithing, and I need to also plan out a way that I can from the bank withdraw X, because I need to be able to store things in there like I'm doing, but I want to be able to take out um, say 12 and 12 for copper and tin, so that I can be able to blacksmith bronze, and then I need to go through and or be able to smelt bronze, and then I need to go through and be able to blacksmith it. But that is going to be for probably a later today, this evening sort of thing. Um, this entire live stream was just sort of spontaneous. I didn't really have this planned. I just decided to jump in and go for it. I'm just gonna minimize this for a quick second. I thought that there was a yeah, here it is. Okay. Um, copy that link. Do. There we go. All right, sorry about that. I just did a little promotion there for the stream. See if we can play along. So, further here, what's the next thing that we need to do? I'm gonna keep mining, I suppose. No, I just did that. Now I gotta go here and get rid of it. Deposit some tin. Go back, mine more tin. Oh, sorry about that. So now we need to. What is next? I need to fix that frickin' break option. So, whoops. Break action. Break action. Set this to true. And is it? Because that is in the fishing activity. Let's go into here. Right now I'm doing mining. stick this in here, hot swap this, so I don't need to reboot it this time. And we're gonna go back into here, go here, bank this, deposit the tin, go back to mining, copper, do this. Oh, well, shit. That might be why, or at least why this one. Huh, okay. Fishing activity, am I not doing it there either? No, I am. Hot swap that code. That failed. Okay, cool. We'll rerun this, which means I pooched myself. Cool. So that did stop it, but cool. Let's get a new hero going, because that guy's obviously screwed up. Go home. Alright. Popping back into here. Try this mining activity again. Okay. But now... yeah, it's not actually setting that to... that... okay, okay. So I see what's going on now. So... oh, wow, I was just pulling it too soon. So... get rid of this, because it's always saying that it's false. This is always coming in as false. So where am I? Owner, get hero profile, which is the DTO. So I'm taking that DTO, setting the break action to true, and then I'm updating the record, which is supposedly posting that profiles, which comes in here, and it takes in the profile. Update here. Is that putting? Yeah, put. Okay. So it is the put. So it's coming into here. Save hero, taking in the DTO. Am I just not setting that? Oh, that was just very stupid of me on my behalf, not passing that into actually update that specific variable. So let's jump back into here, rerun this. Go. And for the sake of it, I'm going to rerun the bot. This should be better. So let's go and explore, and we'll try this again. We're going to go into the market here and bank our stuff. Okay. Back to mining. Go after some tin. If I break action, there we go. Now it stops. Okay. Cool. So the break action works now that I've updated. Sure. Should have figured that one out a lot sooner. All right, cool. So that takes care of that. Okay. So I guess I can go in and get rid of that log message I added. I don't need that anymore. I already got rid of that one. Da, 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 da. Left, go left, right, left, left, left. Okay, so you got moved from there to the API. So just trying to tidy up some notes here. Uh, looks like it's stuff for the website. What the hell did I do to the hero backpack? Oh, I just did that. What I do in here? PC manager and pause it. Okay. Don't do what I'm doing. Never do what I'm doing. This is my own project, so I'm just throwing in some crappy notes to myself throughout the GitHub. Don't ever do that in production. That is a horrible idea. I just wanted to get those cleared up so that I could throw that all into my, just get this done. I probably should have went through that more carefully later when I had more time to individually atomically do it, but atomic commits are definitely the way to go. I'm just throwing things together quickly. Now, next deal, I should look at the whole bank withdrawal. Oh, because then if I also look at the withdrawal, I'm going to need to look at the depositing to add the X. So this like submit X option is going to be very widely used across a vast amount of the project. Ooh, little hiccup there by the looks of it. I was disconnected for a second. I don't know if that interrupted everything or not, but that was a A weird little thing. Well, okay, so the bot. What is the next thing? Selection menus to take from or withdraw. That's gonna present that with the options. Storage. Nope, not that. Am I not able to withdraw from the storage at all, right? That I'm not. I didn't even write that. Okay. Okay, okay. So that is in select menu listener. I gotta add a new one for withdrawal. Oop. This needs to be uh, all of this is gonna be out of there. I want to know out. Now, what is the best way? Um, okay. So if we have one, just a single item here, we're going to check if we have one. We're going to see if we've successfully removed it from the bank. And if we did, we're going to try to successfully add it to the inventory. If we can, and if that's been done, then we're going to see, okay, if we've updated the record, because now we're going to make sure we update the player, we are then going to, um, we're then going to go ahead and, get this out of here, um, update give them the update message. So that looks similar to the withdrawal that we did. Um, so something went on out. Let me just copy this for a second because now I need to make sure I got a couple of these messages right. Um, with your account. So if okay, so that is going to be something wrong while saving your account. This is going to something went wrong while updating your backpack. Why do I have an E there? And we're basically going to have the same one for here. Something went wrong updating your bank. Bank. And then boom. Otherwise, we're doing this to this. And this is just going to be something went wrong getting the requested item. Cool. So that takes care of that. And next we need to more or less give the update message. So that is this here. So and so is just withdrawn or withdrawal took. I don't know. I'm gonna say took because my English is horrible. All right. So player has just taken out yada yada. Ba-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-da-bum. So that should take care of withdrawing a single item. So next is when we realize that, oh shit, there's more than one item here. We need to withdraw, or we need to present an option to get some feedback from our user. So I believe this one is going to be setting up. I want to set up a pop-up. The way I want to do it is I want a message to pop up in front of the user and say, how many uh, would you like to take out, or would you like to withdraw? So this is going to be creating us a model, um, which I don't actually know. We're gonna have to do some sanitizations and whatnot, and making sure this and that. And Okay, so where do I already do this? Um, I know I've got something that does something similar, but these are all... No, nothing is a model. I don't have any models yet. Ah, okay. So I gotta remember how to do this now. Um, yeah, because I gotta do a model listener now so that I can um pop up a form so that they can put in. But the problem is it's gonna be like a text area, and I don't know if the text area allows only like um it as an input model. Oh, what kind of model type are we looking at? Um, hmm, da. Whoa, what are you throwing me around for? Trying to read something. Don't do that to me. All right, so model.create. Builder is this, set ID, set title, add components, action rows. No, I don't want any okay. Um, dot create. So this is going to be the model that I have to add components to. But what are some of the frickin' components? Components, collection of layout components. Okay. Then there's an item component. What is a layout component? Stop doing that. What is a layout component? Uh, buttons. Holy crap. Okay, but that's not what I want. I want... item component. I want item. What's an item component? What the heck does an item component have? Okay, here we go. Oh, text input. Yeah, that's what I gotta put in there. But text input, I'm gonna have to sanitize. No actual way to do that, is there? Text input style. Unknown short pair. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing the short. Okay, so gonna dive in here, and we need to make a new input. So this is going to be equal to a text input dot create, and we need to give it a... Okay, so we need to give it a unique ID. So this is going to be how it's found. We need to give it a label. Enter the amount to, whoop, put that in quotes, enter the amount uh, to withdraw. And then I'm looking for short. So that is this, and then I can do dot set placeholder. I don't know. I'm going to say 1 just to leave it at that, and I'll call that, I'll say that that is enough for now, I suppose. Okay. So then there's going to be the model, which is equal to the model.create, and again, this needs a custom name, and it needs enter the amount, or select an amount, enter an amount. Got add component, put I don't know, how do I stick that in there now? Okay, so model dot add component, which I thought was my input. Okay, yeah, okay, that is. Okay. So now I go to my event dot reply model. I pass that in. Okay. Okay, and that should then give me a presentation. Custom ID. Withdraw bank amount dot concat owner dot get Discord ID. That. Sure. Yeah. So that should again present me with a model. So let's get rid of all, whoops, get rid of all these other classes. Let us bring this back up and bring this back up. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Going to this one. There we go. Okay. Rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Too many things on the go here. Okay. Rerun the bot. And let's take a look and see what's up. Go back to the Explorer, back to Market. We're going to go into the bank. I'm going to deposit what I got. Now I want to try to withdraw. If I wanted to withdraw some normal logs. Hmm. Oh, same thing I went through before. Okay. Okay. Literally the same thing as this. So that was where are we adding this? This. Okay. So present the withdraw menu. Selection of item. Got this. Concat this. Okay, so add another one of these because this is going to be just simply adding closed bracket. This is going to be adding done, done. And then we come back in here, rerun this again. Jump back out, jump back in. Try to withdraw. Take out some wood. Bada boom, bada bing. Enter an amount. So this is just saying that I need an amount. So I'm going to say 4, 5. Hit submit, and nothing's going to happen because we're not handling this right now. There we go. Yeah, okay. That failed because we need to handle it. Yeah, cool. So next we need to build a listener. So, yeah. So here we need to build a listener, which is going to be similar to these. Pretty much just copy and paste this one. Select menu. We'll just call this model listener. There we go. Add that. Date's wrong on the top, sure, but I don't really care. Get rid of all of this. This is a listener adapter. On string selection, no, that's going to be gone. So we're on model. So on model interaction, do this. And this is where we're going to do some magic. Like we're going to take the trigger, I believe. Um, model.get. Is it value that I'm looking for, the model mappings? And then I'm looking for, what did I call it? I think this is right. Oh, although I should do some redundancy checks here before going too far. Although this is technically just the model listener, this one part doesn't really matter. For this one, I need to know what the trigger is. Um, a component, yeah. Get model ID. Okay, and now we should do if, and what is it? Basically the same thing. Basically the same damn thing as this, technically. So we're gonna come in here, drop this, come back, get rid of that, go into here, to here. I am not in here. I'm back in here, which is this withdrawal from withdraw bank amount, which is this, which we're gonna go to withdraw from bank model. Do handle model submission and event. Okay, so now I gotta create that. So in here, we're gonna go into here and make a new package for models. And this is where I need to do a model form I guess. Call that for the interaction. Yeah, that's just the handle thing. Okay. So here, here. Oh, model listener, model listener. Let's see if model listener. Model form I, yeah, that is in relation to this fucker. So I'm gonna do this, call it this, and we're gonna call this the model interaction event. Oh, it's supposed to be an interface. Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna come into here, make a new package called implementations. And this is where we're going to copy this guy, go into here, new file, Java class, this, do that, add it there. This is going to implement form A, which is going to take in this, which is going to do that. All right, so now I'm going to come back into here, import this, pass through all of this stuff. That's good now. This is good and listening. Okay, so now this is where I'm going to book all the magic. All right, so now that we got this model listener, I have to go and make sure this model listener is actually being used. So now we jump into the RuneHero app and we come down and we add in another listener. There we go. So now we have the listener being added so that when we actually click on something, Discord's going to be like, yo, something was done, this event, this model. And then the model listener is going to be like, yo, it starts with this. So we're going to follow suit to this to handle the submission. Now we're coming in here, and this is where we need to cook up a little bit of magic similar to here. So we are going to, actually, I'm just going to drop this down here. So we're going to cook up this because we want to get the model ID, and we need to replace this. So let me hop into here because we're taking this. So we're going to destroy this and get the actual string of the ID. So this is the ID that the person, and then we're going to compare it. Okay. So now we're going to do this. We're going to steal this guy so that we can come in here, work our magic, verify that we are who we are, that owns the. We're verifying here that the owner from the requested embed matches with the person who clicked the button. And of course, we need to also implement um, interaction I, so that of course, if we are not the person, we can respond back with not your event. Now this takes in 2 so far that we have here. You'll see, boom, 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 boom. So now we got to add a third one, because this one is now a model event. So, oop, there we go. So now we can come back here. Everything's hunky dory. So that's just to make things happy, so that when we, if something goes wrong, we can handle it specifically, because not everything is handled the exact same way. But yeah, that's for some future aspect of my life. For now, we're coming in here, so we want to review this. So now we want to, now I'm looking to get the actual ID. So now I want to work out the amount. So in my case, this one took a selected label. This is not what we're doing it. This is going to be, so we got to come in here. And now we're looking for event dot get value, which this one is going to be the I'm going to call this the amount value for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and parse it later. So we're going to come back into hero storage. No, I'm not in hero storage. Amount to take. There it is. So now we're looking to find the amount to take. So this is going to get the value that we entered into this thing. So the next thing we need to do here is to sanitize it. I do need to run to the bathroom. I am very sorry. I'm going to have another little pause. You can use this opportunity to grab some coffee. I will be back in just a moment. And I am back. I do apologize for that. It is getting creeping on that 3-hour mark, so it doesn't shock me. So the amount here we need to sanitize. So because we know that this is going to be a string value that we're taking in, we know that, oh, sorry, this is grabbing the mapping. So this is the value, amount mapping. So now, I'm going to tell this one that I want to get the value of it as a string for now. And we're going to Um, call this the amount string. Sure. Next, I'm going to take the amount string and I want to attempt to parse it. Okay. So, whoop. So the thing that I want to do here now is I want to make sure that, you know, um, okay, so, oh yeah, I should make sure that's not null. All right, so if amount mapping is not null, then we'll continue on. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that, do this, now we're okay. And the amount, we should have theoretically an amount that we're looking to bank now. Or the amount that we're looking to withdraw. So, um, we're going to make just a quick certainty here that the amount is greater than 0, because obviously we want to make sure that we're taking something. So if the amount is greater than 0, we want to. I need to make sure that I have the hero and the backpack and the bank. So if we're actually taking something out, this is where we're gonna build out some stuff. So I don't really care too much about the owner prior to this. The hero profile, that is the hero client. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna fetch the hero, or fetch the owner's DTO, create the hero, and now we have the bank and the backpack. So here we are going to handle the same logic that we did before for withdrawing, except using it for depositing, except we're going to be basically doing the opposite, obviously. So now we're going to check to see if, actually, I have this already written up. I have this written up. Where did I? Oh, that's not it. Selection. Nope, not that one. Shit. Jumping all over this place. Holy. Okay, so. Okay, so we're going to copy this. And we're basically going to say the same things down here. Although that is the other thing that I did not track. Shoot. I wasn't tracking the item ID. Okay, so this came from here. I'm just gonna grab this right quick because I also need to throw that in here. There. Okay. All right, so now this item. Oh, and that's right. This isn't gonna have event.get message. Okay, it should get the message. Yeah, that should exist. Okay, so now I need to get the item, or the item ID at least. Um, so, where am I doing this? So in here where I build this, um, no, because that, can I make it unchangeable? Unmodifiable? Okay, so we're gonna do this, they're gonna do this. We're gonna come in to the model mapping, and I'm not gonna do this one because I'm just going to actually event dot mm, get values dot find first, and we'll continue on about that. So that's going to return the mapping. Optional is present, and then we'll do a get dot as string. There we go. String. So, um, okay, so I need to get that mapping key. Amount mapping dot this to this. I'm just trying to strip some of the stuff from here so that I have the um, actual IDs and such. So now I want to come down here and say um, var item equals item manager dot get item manager dot find it by ID, which is going to be an integer dot parse this, and that's going to find the item, and then we're going to hopefully be able to withdraw however much that we entered. Now, um, so if we're moving from bank, okay, so we're gonna do some other checks here first. So bank dot get. So it's like either get or find. Ah. So get inventory. I don't. I don't actually have a way to. Okay. Send a reply. Okay. So I don't have a way to get an actual item or an item amount. Do I not have that in here? I've got the has item is full. Find the first available slot. Find the first slot. Oh, that's finding a slot with an item ID. Don't even need that anymore. Yeah, so I don't appear to have a way to get an item based on an ID. So let's see if I can throw this together here. Um, okay, so if I do that and I come back into here, that gives me the item ID. Okay. Okay, so now I can come into here and I want to say bank dot. What the fuck did I call that? Okay, so taking that out of the van, so next I want to see if what do I want to see? I guess I want to check to make sure that I have the right amount of space. So like I want to, before I go through the process of removing anything from the bank or like messing with the player's bank or items, I want to confirm that they have enough space to handle what I'm providing. So if I do backpack dot is full or backpack dot get free slots are less than the amount to take. So right here, I just want to know if we're okay to go through. So if the player's back, okay, so has space in backpack. So I want to know first and foremost if the player has space. So if player has space, well, I mean, technically I'm going to say if they don't have space, I suppose, then I'm going to do this and return there. I mean, technically, screw it. I'm going with what I got. So I'm gonna copy this guy, throw this error down here. Something went wrong while no. You do not have enough space in your backpack. Okay. So now I'm gonna take this, throw this up here. So first and foremost, we're going to check to see if they have space. If they do, we're going to see if we can wipe it out of the bank and add it to the backpack, update their record, and then we're going to let them know that everything was Gucci. Otherwise, we're going to say something went wrong here, something went wrong here, here, or you just don't have enough space. Or ultimately, I guess we'll come down here and the amount you requested is less than the minimal. So in value, and then what's this other one is if the amount mapping, so that's just something went sideways. Cool. So that, if I reboot this, that should in theory handle withdrawing X amount from the bank. Oop. So if we go withdraw and we want to say we want to take out normal logs, get a prompt, I want to take out 5, hit submit. I do not have enough space in my backpack. Do I have something in there? Wait, what? Did I just totally deposit my pickaxe by mistake? Okay, so give me my pickaxe. Just taking out the bronze pickaxe. So there you go. It worked for 1. It worked for 1. So now if I say withdraw trout, and I want 3 because I'm hungry. That tells me that I don't have enough space. Okay. So, oh, that's my mistake. So I want to check if the backpack is not full and the amount of slots that are free are greater than or equal to the amount that we're looking to take. That was my bad. I had that whole thing in reverse in my head. So we're going to rerun this. Hit that withdraw. Go back to trout. Try to take out them 3 troats because I'm getting hungry. Boom. Player is just taking out trout. 3 was gone. If I go to deposit, look at that. I've got 1 trout. I thought I told it 3. Okay. So something's got to come out of there. Because trout, if I was to say 7, should put me down to 30. So now in here, I'm down to 30. And I've only got the 1. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Why did that? So backpack, add item, and the amount to take. Quantity. Set the item to quantity. Ah. Okay. Okay. So this is supposed to be my backpack that I'm adding items to. The item and I'm adding in here first, which then sets the quantity of this item. So I come down here, slot item. Okay. Hmm. That's why. Okay. So if it's stackable, I want to do. If it's not stackable, I want to do 4. All right. So let me just try this again a little bit better. Now, if I go into my deposit, we're going to throw. Oh, look at that. I don't have it. So we're going to go into withdrawal. I'm going to say I want normal logs because I've got 69 of those. So I'm going to say give me 9 to put that down to 60. Perfect. Now, if I go in deposit, I should have 9 logs. Perfect. Now I've got the 9 logs and I can put them back. All right. So there's that. So now I've got my bank working. I can take things out, put things in. Next thing I need to work at is expanding that, but that's not going to be in today's video. I think I'm actually going to wrap this one up for now. So I guess we're gonna wrap this up here. Get my little head out of there. So we're gonna wrap this up here. And we will recoup tomorrow, or maybe even later on tonight, with another live stream where I do some more work with the with this bot. If you like the video, by all means, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Let me know that I'm doing something right. If you would like to be notified of when I go live and write code, by all means, hit that subscribe button and never miss a stream or a video. If you just want to hang out and drink some coffee with me, I am generally always in my Discord, and I tend to just hang out. So if you see me in a chat, feel free to jump in, shoot the shit with me. We'll talk a little bit about shop, maybe anything. I'm usually pretty open. If you guys want to see something as far as a specific live stream series, by all means, drop me a comment and let me know what it is that you guys would like to see, and I will 100% get on top of making that happen. So, for now, as always, keep your curiosity open, your skills sharp, and that coffee cup full. I'll catch you in the next one.